Hello, Cancer friends. I'm Annie Botticelli, and welcome to my Cancer November 2023 Astrology Horoscope Forecast, the 7-minute astrology highlights version of my report. This is for you if Cancer is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Cancer placement you're listening for. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. And if you're a very late degree Cancer friend, so birthdays around July 15th through the rest of the sign, or Cancer degrees like 23 degrees to the rest of the sign, I suggest you additionally listen to my Leo report, as your very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. Prepare for very busy skies in November. This is a continuation of the same thing that happened in October. There's just a sheer number of planetary connections happening at this time. Some are great, some are annoying, but it's definitely going to be busy and very energetic. Hopefully the difference between November and October will be in it being lighter this month, because the eclipses that really shook up September and October, the eclipses are actually in October, but that time leading up to them will be very stressful. So hopefully November will be lighter, partly because the information that was pending to come through, a lot of it has already, and that takes out some of the unknown. So by now, you're starting to, integrate the information and events that were related to these eclipse polarities. I'm not going to do a deep dive into the eclipses in this report, but if you want to hear more about that, listen to my September and October report, and I go into exactly what areas of life have been highlighted in the time frames for Cancer from these eclipses. But definitely life-changing trajectory shifts, major hellos, major goodbyes, a lot of intensity. And in many ways, the intensity is going to continue into this month because we've got so much Scorpio energy. So if you're looking at the chart with me, if you're on the YouTube version right now, you see that we've got the Sun, Mars, Mercury, star goddess Ceres. And then we also have on November 13th, the new moon at 20 degrees of Scorpio. So a lot of Scorpio energy. Now, fortunately for Cancer, even though this is intense and this can be heavy and very emotional, with water being where it shouldn't be and too much water, literally and figuratively, all of this energy trines your energy. So this is a time of year where you can get into a really good creative flow, a lot of personal connections, a lot of psychological breakthroughs, enjoyment of deep connections with others, financial matters coming to resolution, or information coming in. So, topics such as inheritances and credit and debt and, spousal money and family money and investments, all of that is very highlighted now. And the good news, too, more good news, is that October 7th through November 25th, we are free from personal planet retrogrades and their shadow periods. Personal planet retrograde is when Mercury, Mars, or Venus is in a point in its orbit where it looks like it's going backwards in the sky. And that has effects on us, even though it's not going backwards in the sky. So October 7th through November 25th, we don't have any of that going on. So this is what I like to call an open period that's free and clear, with forward movement and clarity for moving forward, and just seeing more steps ahead of you. So big decisions, if the eclipses brought up topics and you have to make big decisions, this is a really great window, October 7th through November 25th, to make those big decisions, big purchases, big sales, investments, weddings, divorces, engagements, parties, meetings, commitments, paperwork. All of that is really, really set up in this time. And you'll find that the Scorpio energies are going to be bringing a lot of that up. A lot of legal topics, a lot of, just deep matters involving spiritual, psychological, or financial, or romantic topics, and also the topic of power versus, power and empowerment. So this can be a very empowering time. Now, specifically for Cancer, this is highlighting the 5th house. Houses in astrology are fields of experience that we have as humans. And the 5th house is the house that's related to the sector of life that rules children and creative efforts. Even if it's not an actual baby, it's your creative baby. Everything from the spark of romance through, relationship, true love, your bucket list, your leadership, your things that you have great passion for, all of that, fun and pleasure and hobbies, all of that is being accentuated by every single one of these Scorpio placements that I listed. And they're all making trines for your placement. So like I said, you may find you're very creatively engaged, prolifically expressing, You may find that doing more stuff that you really enjoy can help you heal psychologically. Now, I think that that's true in general, but specifically now, the combination of the potentials of deep emotional and psychological and spiritual healing that come from the stellium in Scorpio, including the new moon, the days around the 13th. Combine that with it being in your house of creative expression, and it just kind of lends itself to this story of, hey, it's time to express yourself creatively in very deep ways, possibly involving money, or possibly just helping close few, in deep, intimate settings. But either way, your passion is on the line, and, it might be time to vibrate loudly with your magical heart song, as I like to call it. You also have a lot of Libra energy, including Venus about to move there, Pallas Athena, and still, and for a while, transiting South Node. And all of that is accentuating your fourth house of home and family and housing and real estate and working from home. And again, like childhood psychological issues. So this, these are all topics, patterns that, may be coming up for healing. If you have to buy or sell a house, a lot of energy around that happening. You may find the resources, the money comes in, possibly in surprising ways, for you to make those purchases or make those sales, and, could change your financial circumstance very drastically. As the month progresses, a lot of these planets that are in Scorpio, Mercury, Mars, and the Sun, are going to go into Sagittarius. So in general, that's a time of more optimism and enthusiasm and broadening of horizons and focus on teaching and learning and education and travel possibly, and, international business relationships and just everything that's kind of far and wide. Now, specifically for Cancer, this makes a little bit of an awkward angle, but this doesn't have to be too much of a bother. It's just maybe you want to learn something and you have to take the time to commit to the program, so there's like some kind of effort that's being asked for, because this is the house of Virgo. So it may mean that something that you want to do might require some work. And that's where the pressure point is coming from, where you actually have to get behind what you're ready to do and commit to it. And again, this October 7th through November 25th is a great time to make commitments like that. Everyone can get goodies from these trines, from these Scorpio transits and this new moon in the days around the 13th. But those of you between 15 and 25 degrees, the closer to 20 degrees, the more you get the kiss from that new moon. So that's basically like July 5th through 15th, and the closer to around July 10th, the more you get the big kiss from that Scorpio new moon. You want more information about this month, definitely go to AnnieHelpsYou.com. Put your name and email address right in there. Sign up for my free email newsletter that gets you into my free VIP community. And I will give you so many things to help you enrich your astrological learning. I have mini astrology lessons that I send out. I have blogs and links to resources that I and my team have created to help you make the most of the starry possibilities. I've got my 28-day virtual coaching program for free and all kinds of goodies from joining my free community. So you can see that there. You can also see my secret star portal, which has archives of extensive exclusive content access. And if you want to learn astrology, you can see my basics course or my Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery Certification course. If you want to be a certified astrologer, I can help. So you can see all that at AnnieHelpsYou.com. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.